Hello, everybody on the YouTube Nation. This is Five for Talking Leafs edition. I'm here with Caps, captain of the show, and we're just going to jump right into this one, have a little Leafs talk. So I guess I could start it off with this. Jason Spezza has been very good over the last week.
Yeah.
I believe he has 3 goals in 3 games. And I know that doesn't sound crazy, but for what he's getting paid, what the amount of time he's playing, what his skill level still is, what he's bringing to this team, I think that's fantastic.
And the line that he's playing on.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
Good on them, man. Line with Spezza, Thornton, and Kerfoot.
Yeah,
it's an interesting line.
It's a very interesting line, and I don't know if that's so much of them giving up on Thornton or if that's just trying to move the lines around to adjust. I think that's more what it is. But a lot of people have been saying that, oh, look, the Leafs gave up on Thornton, and I don't think that's what it is.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, you got to put, like, when Simmons came back, you got to put him somewhere, and Galchenyuk is there, and they're just trying to move some pieces around,
I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I think just from what I've seen, like I said, I haven't been able to watch as much of the Leafs as I want in the last little while. We've been super busy doing stuff, but I think Austin Matthews' play off the puck has been very good.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going back to the Spezza thing.
Yeah.
He's 37 years old, and he still has a hell of a freaking shot, man.
You don't lose your shot ever. Like, I guarantee you, if you
gave what a shot.
If you gave Marcel Dion a stick, he would still have a good shot.
Yeah, but like, what, you know what I mean? For a guy that's on the second power play, like, what a great gift to have.
Yeah, I agree.
On the back end. Now, going to your other question about Austin Matthews, the biggest example I can think of is what he did last night, intercepting that pass that could have ended up on a 3-on-0, that could have resulted in an overtime goal, that could have ended up on a Leafs loss, but he was able to intercept a pass. Like you said, the play away from his play away from the puck has greatly increased. He's a great two-way player now, in my mind. Just based on what I've seen, and he helped set up the goal last night. So, yeah, like, good on him, man. Good on him. I mean, yes, like, he's gonna have some moments where he's gonna be frustrated because he's not scoring and doing what he's paid to do, but because of what he did last night, he was able to help his team win and help a teammate score a goal. So I think he did his job, man. I think he did his job.
Yeah. From what I saw and the highlights and stuff, he's been playing very well. I think they're starting to slowly do what Caps loves the most and become a team again. I think, you know what? I'm going to say this. I think all of the injuries kind of ruined the chemistry that was happening.
Yeah, it did. But it's going to take a while before it comes back. Listen, I mean, Matthews is still getting his chances. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. It's probably he's probably not going to end up getting his 50 goals in 50 games.
No,
I don't care as long as the team wins.
You know what? And this is also kind of being selfish, but I think if he still wins the scoring race after everything this year, that's enough for me. Like, you proved yourself to me, man.
Connor McDavid caught up. Like,
yeah, Connor McDavid is Connor McDavid. You know what I mean? Is
Connor McDavid. I mean, I'm not surprised, but dude, honestly, like, Matthews is going to get his chance. I just want to see the team win, and they played great. Couple of miscues with Campo, but you know what? All is forgiven because they won the game. He learns his lesson. He moves on. I still think he's playing great. The defense plays great in front of him. You know what I mean?
I think my biggest issue from the back, and you'll agree, I don't think Andersen is. It might be the injury that he says that he has, but he's just not the same goalie that he was.
He's not. But this goes back to our point from the last episode. You don't play the guy if he's injured.
Mm-hmm.
If he's injured, you rest him. until he's fully recovered. He comes back, and he'll be back. Now, I really hope he is back once he's fully recovered. But if he's not back, then they're going to have to look at different options.
I don't.
And for all the people out there that say that Campbell is not a starter, blah blah blah, it doesn't matter. You ride the hot goalie.
I agree.
Until he's not able to play anymore. Like, he played on a nasty LA Kings team that was not playing well, and his goals against average was really, really, really good. Now, what's the problem there? I don't understand what the argument is. And remind me if I'm let me know if I'm wrong or not. But Frederik Andersen was not necessarily the starter before he came to the Leafs. He was sharing goalie duties with was it Gibson?
Okay, so he came in and he took over starting the same way Campbell is getting his chance now.
Exactly. So
and then Gibson came in. They drafted or they traded for Gibson. However, they got him, and then Gibson started playing really good, and Andersen lost his spot. And then Andersen came to the Leafs and took over as the starting goalie. And Andersen's a great goalie. His career has been nothing but great. If you look at all of his stats,
great.
But goalie's the one position in hockey where I think you have to ride the hot hand. Like if a player is playing hot, I'm not going to move him necessarily from the third line to the first line. I'm just going to leave him, right? But if a goalie's playing hot, you ride the hot hand. Why not? Even if Andersen comes back at 100% and when he plays his games, he's still really good. If Campbell keeps winning, you let Campbell keep playing. What do you have to lose?
Like, what do you have to lose? Like, if Andersen comes back and he's playing great, that's a great problem to have. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then you have two goalies. Like, you're telling me that backup goalies don't take the starter positions away from the starting goalies? Exactly. Look what happened with Lundqvist. Look what happened.
If I'm the Leafs, I'm working on an extension with Campbell now because you don't want him to get too hot and then want to get way more money. Because I think no matter what happens, I already think they're letting Andersen walk. And the worst case scenario that comes of this whole situation is that Campbell takes over and then Andersen walks anyways. But I'm already expecting Andersen to walk, so it doesn't matter.
I'm expecting I'm expecting him to walk too. I mean, guys, it happens all the time. Like, Demko started playing well during the Vancouver Canucks playoff run last year. Took the position away from Markstrom for a short period of time. It happened with Hopi during their playoff run.
Yeah,
it happened with Marc-Andre Fleury and Matt Murray during their cup run.
And let me just point out two things. I want to point out two things. Everyone forgets this, and I will die on this hill. When Holtby was good on the Washington, he was the best goalie in the NHL. And that was 2 or 3 seasons of absolute phenomenal goaltending. And now he's playing back up to a rookie basically in Vancouver. And then you had Matt Murray. He's part of it. Fleury in Pittsburgh, who he is gonna end up statistically as one of the greatest goalies to ever play hockey with his career stats. I think you can easily put him in the argument of one of the top 20 goalies for sure. And maybe by the end we'll think differently, but he has 3 cups. He lost his spot to Murray, went to Vegas, played amazing, lost his spot to Leonard, and now he's starting again. So, it can happen. It can happen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you got a backup goalie that's playing well and he's outplaying the starter, why wouldn't you ride him or play him more?
It's a different
era.
Your
team is winning. That's the whole point. You want your team to win.
It's a different era of hockey now, and you can see it. I would give you the best 4 examples of it are New York Islanders, New York Rangers, New York Islanders, New York Rangers, Washington, and I forgot the other team, but they're primarily playing 2 goalies, 1 game, 1 game, 1 game, 1 game, 1 game, 1 game. And that's like the new thing. And like you said, losing the starting spot. This is not the 90s or the 2000s anymore where Martin Brodeur plays 70 games or Patrick Roy plays the whole season. Like, you're not doing that anymore. And you're by doing that, you're increasing the longevity of your goalies and you're going to lower the salary costs because you're no longer going to have a goalie that's going to demand $10 million because he's only going to play 40 games of the season. So there's no way he's going to get $10 million. And
you're resting him for the playoffs. Like, if you're exactly. Go on a deep playoff run,
and then you have
a
2
well-rested goalie.
You always have 2 chances of someone being the hot hand rather than 1.
Yep.
Right? Because back in the days, you were not going to play Glenn Healy for the season over Cujo. That was not going to happen. You know what I mean? Where now it's like, it's such a bad situation to be in. We have Campbell and Thing, and if worst case scenario, you have Hutchinson. Like, you can bring in Hutchinson to do whatever Hutchinson does, which is usually lose, but good on you.
The other example I could think of is when Pavan took the goaling duties away from Grant Fuhr. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair argument. That's maybe one of the best examples in the 90s.
There you go.
In the 90s, that's one of the only ones. But anyways, I don't really have anything else here. Do you? All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Let us know what you think about the Leafs last week. Do you think Jason Spezza is still a star? I don't know. Do you? Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.